The moon is strange, suspiciously strange. It's the perfect size to create total solar eclipses. It stabilizes Earth's climate almost perfectly, and compared to its planet, it's unusually massive. In fact, some scientists have called our moon an anomaly. But what if it's more than that? What if the moon isn't completely natural? What if humanity has been orbiting an artificial object this entire time without realizing it? It sounds insane, but the deeper you look into the moon's mysteries, the weirder things become. Think about this. The sun is about 400 times larger than the moon, but it's also about 400 times farther away from Earth. And somehow, that makes both objects appear almost exactly the same size in our sky, which creates perfect solar eclipses. Now, maybe that's just coincidence, but it's an unbelievably precise one, because from Earth, the moon perfectly covers the sun like it was intentionally designed to do so. Out of all the planets and moons we've observed, this alignment appears incredibly rare, and that's only the beginning. Compared to Earth, the moon is enormous. Most planets either have tiny moons or none at all, but Earth's moon is about 1/4 the size of the planet itself. That ratio is unusual, very unusual. Some astronomers have even described the Earth-Moon system as more similar to a double planet than a normal planet and moon relationship. And without the moon, human life may never have evolved the way it did. The moon stabilizes Earth's tilt. Without it, Earth's climate could become chaotic. Extreme weather changes might make complex life far more difficult to sustain, which raises an unsettling question. Did humanity get incredibly lucky? Or was the moon placed exactly where it needed to be? Now, here's where things become controversial. In the 1960s and 70s, NASA intentionally crashed objects into the moon during Apollo missions. And according to reports, the moon rang like a bell. Some scientists described the vibrations lasting far longer than expected. That led to one of the strangest theories ever proposed. What if the moon is hollow? Now, to be clear, scientists do not believe the moon is literally an empty shell. There are geological explanations for those vibrations. But mystery theorists took the idea much further. They imagined the moon as an ancient alien structure, a giant spacecraft, or an artificial satellite placed near Earth long ago. And honestly, the idea sounds ridiculous, until you realize how many strange things about the moon still remain unexplained. Here's something most people forget. Humans only ever see one side of the moon from Earth, the same side, always. This is called tidal locking. Technically, it's a natural phenomenon, but it creates a strange effect. For all of human history, one side of the moon remained completely hidden from humanity. Ancient civilizations stared at the moon for thousands of years, without ever knowing what existed on the other side. Imagine how mysterious that must have felt. Even today, the far side of the moon feels eerie, silent, empty, unseen. And conspiracy theories exploded after space exploration began. Some people believed alien bases existed there. Others claimed governments were hiding discoveries. There's no evidence for those claims, but the mystery surrounding the moon never fully disappeared. One of the biggest scientific mysteries is how the moon formed in the first place. The leading explanation is called the giant impact theory. Scientists believe a Mars-sized object slammed into early Earth billions of years ago. The debris eventually formed the moon. And yes, that theory is widely accepted. But there are still unanswered questions. Because the moon's composition is strangely similar to Earth's, almost too similar. Some scientists expected larger differences. And despite decades of research, the moon's exact origin still isn't perfectly understood, which leaves room for speculation. And humans love speculation, especially when it comes to objects hanging silently above our planet every single night. Almost every ancient civilization worshipped the moon. The Egyptians, the Mayans, the Greeks, the Chinese. Why? Because the moon dominates the night sky. It controls tides. It affects calendars. It changes shape constantly. To ancient humans, it probably felt alive. But some theorists think ancient cultures knew something we don't. There are myths describing gods from the moon, strange celestial beings, objects descending from the sky. Again, mythology is not scientific evidence, but it's interesting how consistently humanity treated the moon as something deeply important, almost sacred, as if humans instinctively sensed it was connected to us somehow. Now let's explore the creepiest possibility. What if the moon wasn't built to help Earth, but to observe it? Think about it. The moon is always there, silent, unmoving, watching. And unlike stars or planets, it's incredibly close. Close enough to influence Earth directly. Some conspiracy theories suggest the moon could be a monitoring station, an ancient observation post, or even technology left behind by another civilization. Now, obviously, there's zero proof for this, but psychologically, humans are uncomfortable with giant, unexplained objects, especially ones hanging above us every night. The moon feels familiar, but also strangely alien, and maybe that's why theories about it never die. But maybe the moon's greatest mystery isn't whether it's artificial. Maybe it's what it reveals about humanity. Think about it. For thousands of years, humans looked at the moon and created stories to explain it. Gods, monsters, prophecies, aliens. Because humans need meaning, we struggle to accept mystery. And maybe the moon represents the ultimate mystery, something enormous, constantly present, yet never fully understood. Even after landing on it, studying it, and photographing it, the moon still feels eerie, almost wrong, like an object humanity recognizes, but doesn't completely understand. So, is the moon artificial? Probably not. Scientists overwhelmingly believe it formed naturally billions of years ago. But the fact that so many people question the moon says something fascinating about the human mind. We are drawn toward mystery, toward impossible questions, toward the terrifying possibility that reality may be stranger than it appears. And maybe that's why the moon continues haunting humanity's imagination, because every night, it silently hangs above Earth, watching us wonder. If this video made you see the moon differently, subscribe for more videos exploring terrifying theories, cosmic mysteries, and the strangest questions in the universe. Because sometimes, the most familiar objects hide the biggest mysteries.